every time AI releases something, they should be like, because sometimes I open Claude and it says update, and I'm like, make it more fun.
Oh yeah, put a little soundbite in there. You ready for this? I mean, you could at this point ask AI to generate something this similar that's not going to get copyright banned.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not going to pay money to do that though. I'm not going to spend my tokens on that. I got more important things to do.
Oh, like
What's up,
what?
Sergey?
Like what? What the important things? Tell us. What are the important things you have to do?
Like testing code, writing, creating things with AI that are
Okay.
not sounds. Oh, I'll tell you, this weekend I spent some time working in Claude Design, and I created a cheat sheet that is branded for the company I'm working for.
Oh, okay.
You want to? Oh,
Okay.
I'll pull it up. I'll pull it up, and I'll at least demo it to you at some point during this call.
I
But
mean, yeah, I've never worked with Claude Design, so I'm not sure even what it is.
it's gonna take some clicks though.
Is
Yeah.
it now like, is it why like Figma and all of those stocks went
Yes.
down?
Yes. That's why.
Okay.
Yeah, Figma just. Woo.
You see, like the only news I read really is Yahoo Finance. So, I just go there and, and I'm like, oh, the new, I knew about the update through the news on the financial website because they were like, uh-oh, Figma and some other, Adobe, I think, they went all down very, very
Yeah.
hard.
It was pretty crazy. I mean, I don't think it's. I don't know. In the end, right? Claude is a coding tool that's. I mean, it's the model. It's like the underlying bit, but they're building all these tools on top of it to utilize the model, and maybe with a $20 subscription today, it combines one or two of these tools that you can actually go use. I will say it is a little buggy. Like when I was using like Claude Design, like just the interface or however I was using it, it was not the easiest to work with, but it's also I've never used Figma to design anything.
Hmm.
So it could be I'm just not used to design tools,
Hmm.
but I was able to get a outcome I was hoping for. So
Yeah. With like more prompt and more instructions and updates.
not that many instructions.
Not
Like
that many.
you would be pretty surprised,
I
I
would really
think.
want to see like what it is, like what, how, what
Let me show you.
is it like a graph
I
or something?
It's not a graph. It's a cheat sheet. It's a one-page cheat sheet. All right, here we go.
Okay,
We're gonna do this, and then we're gonna jump into the content. It's just gonna
yeah.
be
I mean, it's
good. Here we
all
go.
AI and QA. So okay, so you okay, very nice. Wow.
Yeah, I mean
Okay.
it took some prompting, but
Mm-hmm.
so the cool thing with Claude Design is you can give it a excuse me. You create your like design setup, and you
Mm-hmm.
can use like a website to say go visit this website and fill out the design setup stuff. So it goes and captures all the colors. This one did not capture a logo, but ideally I could have uploaded a logo, the fonts, all that, all the design things from a website. And now you have this template that you can go generate other things with that look like your website. So this did require some work, and I had to like, it kept wanting to like keep making this longer and longer. So I had to cut some commands that I had that I thought I wanted, but
Mm-hmm. The
I don't know.
the input prefixes, yeah, it's like it looks like buttons are cut a little.
It looks like that, but I don't think it is. I think it's just a coloring thing.
No, it looks cut.
See,
Yeah.
like no, there it is. It's down there. It's
Oh, it's
just
like a
bad
tab.
colors.
It
Yeah, it's like
it's
a
a
yeah.
then it's just a weird. Okay, okay, yeah, yeah.
So again, this is where like there was like a little section where I could go like tweak it,
Mm-hmm.
and I haven't done that yet. So here it
Okay.
is. Here's the magic. Here, let's see. Oh, it's not wanting to move.
Yeah.
is bugged out, man. It's like stuck on my. Oh, here it goes. I can only drag it from the mouse down here.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't able to drag it from up here. See,
Oh, yeah.
and like this thing's goofy, and but these were a couple of the first like iterations, and then
Oh,
this was
nice.
like
Okay.
the second iteration. So it's pretty
Okay.
cool. Pretty cool.
It is. It is. Let's put designers out of work.
No, we're not putting them out of work. We're giving them more tools for sure. So
That's true. Oh, the tools. From the newsletter, I loved one of the things. Well, I have time. I had time to read a little bit of.
nice.
Yeah, I obviously went immediately into like self-healing tests are a symptom, not a solution. I went immediately into things like that. You know me.
The hottest take possible. Which one
Yeah,
is it?
yeah, yeah. I'm immediately like, okay, where do I get triggered? Like, where do I either align 100%, and I'm like, oh yeah, you tell them, or it'd be like, "Pff, what? You know? So self-healing tests are a symptom and not a solution. I love that. It's not a huge read. I recommend read it. It's a LinkedIn post. Um, the best part. So I agree with everything, but my favorite part from that post was the comment. The first comment, by the way. Yes, I will mispronounce his last name. That's why I'm gonna stop at the first name, Bass. He said that like
Let's do this. Let's do this. We'll go find it.
okay,
Here
yeah,
we
yeah.
go. Right here.
The first, yeah, yeah, expanded.
I don't know how to expand it.
It says more. No,
Oh, oh.
the comment. Yeah, and I love no. The second paragraph ends with for team sweeping failures under the rug, a rug being retry until green. I was like, this is good. This is gold for real because like I'm gonna use it, so I really, really appreciate, the author of the post and Baz for the comment because was my takeaway because I agree with everything what the post was about, but I just wanted
Sure.
to say that like Rog Rich Ryan till green. This was so good.
You're stealing that one. Stealing
Yeah,
that
yeah,
one for
yeah.
later.
I'm
Just
stealing
rug
that
it.
one.
Just rug it.
Absolutely. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna Rog it this. Yeah, I'm gonna give credit to Bass every time when I say it. Maybe not, I'll be like, there was a dude on LinkedIn. This is how I'm gonna quote
No, no,
it.
no.
This is the citation I'm gonna use. I read on a link on LinkedIn post, rug. So that was one good. But wait,
You remember like 2 years ago when, or three maybe at this point, where we made some T-shirts with like quotes. I think it was quotes from
oh
Slack. You remember?
yes, yes.
This is a quotable moment that somebody could wear on a T-shirt for sure.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Oh, I read about Passmark, about tool Passmark. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
What'd you think?
I mean, like again, I read it. I haven't tried it, so I am a doer. Like I can read about
Yeah.
everything 1,000 times, but until I actually do that, I will never know how it is and how I feel. So I can't really express my opinion about this. But knowing that these things exist, and I think this is something what we discussed last week, when building automation from Gherkin, right?
Yes.
So basically what people are coming up with right now, building these AI tools, is just simplify your life. I mean, you're as a QA developer, whoever is using it, and the point is that you write less code and just give more instructions. And again, plain English. If you scroll down, there's a beautiful example. Again, this is why like, it's a beautiful example because they wrote it. If I start writing, I don't know how mine is gonna be. So, but their example is pretty good. And they go into the depth how to run it with multiple like users and multiple environments and all of that stuff. So I this is something actually I might try. The
Yeah.
last week one, I was not on board with Gherkin and all of that things. But this one, I don't know. I something is calling my name from this article. So I just might go ahead and try it, just, not for work, obviously, not immediately
Sure.
plug in my,
Yeah.
project and start doing things. No, I would
Yeah.
never do this. But on my, personal laptop, just for fun, just what is it, automation practice tools website.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
I think what is it? Practice software testing.
here
That's
you
the
go.
website,
That one.
the tool
Yes.
shop.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So I think what I really liked about this, because there's a lot of new frameworks. Like every day, I see a post about somebody created this new framework or this new way of working or this new starter template. There's going to be thousands more. I think what I like about this package is you can still write playwright test, and you could just add some run steps into an existing test, right? So you still have your test block, you're still bringing in test, you still have access to page if you need it. So you can have a deterministic test with non-deterministic steps if needed. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And I think that is great. Like that's what like this is a good mix of something that, like you said, I would go download, install, play with, and actually experiment with. Where a lot of these I'll read it and I'll be like, yeah, that's it's not for me. It's too much of a commitment. Where this I can try small on one test and one spec file with a suite of 100 plus tests and low risk.
Yeah. And the more tools we have available, the lazier we get. So now, all these tools which are created daily and, they try
Yeah.
to pop on the market. Uh, Things like this, because this, again, this is very beautiful, very simple example. I don't need to know gherkin, how it works. I mean, I
Nope.
know how to write gherkin, but I don't
Yeah.
want to write gherkin. I want to write something like this. I want to write like go click blah blah and give it to me. Like that's what I want, and this seems to be accomplishing it. Again, I don't know. I've never tried it. I found out about this like 15 minutes ago. But this is something what I would be interested again, and I would be cautious. Again, I hope that nobody plugs immediately into their project and just starts and runs with it. It doesn't matter what they promise; they're still selling you something. Like again, nothing against Passmark. I'm not, you know, I'll say this thing about every company. But this is very interesting because if you scroll down a little bit, a little bit more, a little bit more. I think that's it. Yeah, 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 yeah. That one. Up, just up a little bit. This one. This is a pass mark test, and again, it's basically the same screenshot, and it says 8 lines of test logic, plain English, runs and playwright. Self heals when your UI changes. Cached after first run. So that's why I say I'm not gonna plug in immediately, and I'm
Yeah.
actually gonna need a lot of time to be comfortable with
Yeah.
using it in, I mean, in my own prod. Like this is where
Sure.
I
Yeah.
create my own code. Just because these last 2 sentences, self heals when UI changes and cached after first run, because I don't know, Butch, if you did it on purpose. But there is an
No.
article about self healing, you know.
Oh, I did. I did. I mean, I respect all the opinions,
Yeah,
right? I
yeah,
think there are things in my article that I post that I don't 100% agree with, but it's helped me think through
yeah,
why I don't agree with it. So
yeah.
I'll post some of those things for sure. Um, I'll just add 2 things here, and then we'll move on to
Of
the
course,
next
yeah, yeah.
thing. If you are an QA engineer looking to use these tools, do 2 things. One, lock your version. So when you install this into your project, lock it. Don't automatically accept the latest version of these tools that you don't know who's producing them. I do know, like, this is a company that I don't think they would do anything nefarious, but
We don't know.
you just lock it. If some kind of PR gets in there that's like pushing out bad data or pushing out personal data to some website you don't know about, you don't want to accidentally bring that in to your environment. So one, lock your version when you do use these. Two, um, run like a network sniffer as you're using these just to see what HTTP requests are going out to the web. This one is going to teach you more about what this tool is actually doing under the covers, right? Is it going to talk to Claude? Is it going to talk to Bug Zero servers? Is it going to talk to advertiser servers? I don't know. Like, you should just go get Charles Proxy, install it, watch the network traffic on your computer, and see what's happening. If you're on Windows, there's other options. What was the one that y'all used for Windows? Was it Fiddler?
It was 2019.
It was a while ago. There's ones just watch your network traffic, find a tool that will do that, and end of security talk. Back to the article.
That was good.
Yeah.
That was good. But yeah, I love how from this one, self heals when your UI changes, and there is an
Which one?
article about self healing. I think
Yep.
somewhere. I don't know
You.
if you can find it immediately, but yeah. So that there is a good thought. I can't find it now, of course. Self-healing tests are a symptom, not a solution. It's in headlines and launches on
Yeah.
number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the Wayne post.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the one
So
with the comment.
oh, is it this? Oh, it's the same
Yeah.
one. Right, right, right. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. I was like, didn't we just?
We'll
Yeah,
we'll take a minute and just really enjoy this comic down here, right? Oh,
yeah.
good. The road is green. No, it isn't. We had to self heal. That means what we believe about the code isn't true. I like it.
Yeah. Have
Yes.
you, are you already using, or somebody who's using self-healing? Do you have, I'm not using it. So that's why I have no personal opinion on that one. I mean, I have personal opinion, but I don't have
Sure.
experience. Here we go. It's two different things. I don't use it because I have personal opinion. And my personal
Yeah.
opinion that is that I am personally not ready to do self-healing. I'm not ready to let something else to touch my code. I'm very possessive of my code.
Well, I mean, touch your code without you having influence or feedback, right? Self healing in
Yes.
itself is really around something's running in CI, a locator changed, and it automatically fixes itself and commits a change.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I think of self healing. What I do is when there's an issue, I do have a little skill that will go run the test, analyze the failure, and go try to find another locator and submit a code change fix. Not submit, suggest.
Okay.
And if I accept the suggestion, like, we move forward. If I don't, it's like I'll go analyze it myself. I'll go do some manual coding.
Do you go and manually check the page?
As a part of this flow
Yeah.
that's using like Playwright MCP, like,
No, this one obviously you don't, but I'm
yeah,
asking you.
for me, I would
Yeah.
use Playwright MCP or Playwright CLI, and I have the page, so I just right click and inspect the source because it's gotten to that page and it's finding this new locator, right? So I'm in the flow. So
Okay.
yes, typically I would, but it also depends. Like, if it's a code change where I see a brand new commit was from a developer and I see the changes they made in the code, sometimes that's enough. And
So
the automation was able to fix it and make its way through, right?
right, right. I think in my head, how much I can use self-healing and how much I would let maybe offload my work to AI and actually trusted self-heal stuff without looking at would correlate literally with
Yeah.
how I'm confident in my developers and my team and based on the previous experiences. The higher the trust there, The higher,
Yeah.
who pushed it, when pushed it. Of course, we're all people, we make mistakes, and having an amazing developer who you never found the bug in their code for 3 years doesn't mean that tomorrow they're gonna
Sure.
push something crazy. But in my case, this is how it goes. There's gonna be a line, and it
Yeah.
just correlates, and I trust this much. This is how much I would, give AI power,
Yeah.
and I would be like, yeah, you self heal. I know he's gonna be fine. Yeah.
So what's the highest percentage you've ever got to trusting a developer on that graph?
There are two developers in my life who I would trust. But I would say probably
Like 100% or like
no,
90%?
no, nobody ever got 100%. Nobody ever got 95, 90. Wait, I would say 75. Uh, and these are two of the best developers I've ever met.
Yeah.
Majority of
This is a
developers
tester,
linger
questioning
in
everything.
and majority of developers linger in 30-50%. It's just because they're good people. Don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
some 0%.
Some zero yeah, there were developers in my life where it would be zero. It would be literally
Negative 5%.
zero. Negative, we don't go negative, but like everybody's who's new gets zero automatically, obviously. But also, like that's why, again, in my case with self-healing, I would really, really be comfortable doing it when I have a very good relationship and trust established in the team. So, when I know developer is testing their work, I know,
Sure.
right? I know that when I see their PRs, is like Copilot cannot even find anything. He's just trying to like, be super nitpicky and be like, well, maybe you should have used like single quotes, something like super silly. Then of course, yeah, I would be more relaxed. But yeah, I do. I use AI every day. Obviously, I ask AI to help me to find issues, and sometimes do I get lazy when I'm like I don't want to do that, and I'm like, hey, go see why it's failing. Don't fix it. Just tell me why exactly, and what you would do to fix it. Yes, but I'm still not in the place where like, yeah, go fix it, open a PR. Oh no, no. Hopefully one day, you know,
Sure. I mean,
but not right
yeah,
now.
maybe another thing that you could do, and 'cause I do think this is different. If you're the one that wrote the application code, self healing, you can trust it more, right? Because you
Yeah,
know what code should have changed, and hey, I'm expecting the self heal to happen, or a proposed fix. So I think that also matters,
yeah,
just in the scheme of things. So developers using self healing, like maybe it makes sense if they're questioning themselves and asking that question themselves: should this have changed or should it not have? And if it shouldn't have, you should go look a little deeper on why did something self heal. So, all right, cool. Let's. I'm gonna call one out down here. This is a quick one. This was 20% AI time. Do you look at this one?
yeah. It was, yeah. That
So this is just a moment. This is Ministry of Testing. I I don't know. What if you had one day a week where you could just spend time learning, using, finding ways to improve your workflows with AI tools?
you asking me?
Yeah.
I would take that day and make a day
Heck
off.
yeah. What?
I'm
No.
joking. I'm joking. I knew you would get. I knew you would get like this.
Oh, Sergey.
Of course, no, no. Of course, I would. I would go and try to do cloud design and stuff. I would try a lot of
Right?
things. Yeah, yeah. Of course.
Right. I mean, this breakdown: be curious, learn, have fun. Don't take the day off, Sergey. I mean, this is a leader paying you to go spend time learning, and Sergey's over here taking the day off. Don't do that, people. Don't do that. Be
Have
like
se-
Butch, not Sergey.
well, if you have sense of humor, you can do that. But otherwise, don't.
Always start small, learn and iterate. I think that's key if you're
Yeah.
using AI tools. Like, don't start with the hardest, biggest thing. Like, start small. It should be aligned with business needs. I think that's fair, right? It should be something that pushes the team forward, even if it's not like, for my example, right? I spent some time doing cloud design that pushed the business forward, but that wasn't like, that's not pushing my career forward outside of like knowing that how these things work, which is really the goal. But that's not something like, I'm not going to own design for the company I work with going forward because I did this one thing, right? So, um, build in guardrails, safety and ethics is a must. It's true. Don't do stupid things with your AI tools, like copy and paste sensitive documents. It's about giving permission to employees to explore. I agree. Look for efficiencies in daily tasks and build upon that. We mentioned that. Explore what data you wish you had access to but don't. So think about like, what are ways that you can. I'm trying to think of like how this would apply to a tester. I'm not sure, but if there's like like research that needs to be done, like these AI tools are pretty good at going and searching the internet for you if you have a question and you want to know, what are people talking about or what tools are available to do this thing. You're not going to get everything, but you're going to get a pretty good summary that comes back, and at least some of the popular ones. Yeah, so I would just say this is good stuff. If you're a leader, read this. Take some inspiration and go apply something.
Yeah. I also, again, I didn't read it completely, but I liked the idea of research and data section. The stop asking the LLM to read the DOM, ask it to write a script that filters it. Again, I never tried it. I just read on it, and it might be very useful. You know, might be because I have done some things with DOM,
Yeah.
and the results were like weird and took a long time and everything. So yeah, this one, give it a go for UI automation testers who want to use AI. This one is a good one.
Yeah. So the idea here, just the TLDR, is when you're working with these tools that go pull in the DOM, like I think this was like specifically Python, right? If you
Yeah.
want to figure out what the page object is or what is available on the page to work with, you're basically pulling the whole DOM into context if you build a scraper to do that. And that will fill up the context window, be very token heavy and whatnot. And the idea is you can write a script that will scrape any of the things you can interact with and bring those back for the LLM to make a decision on. And I think this would like be pretty easy to do. So you think your LLM layer is not going and getting all the information going back and forth. Your LLM saying, go run this, go visit this site, run this script on this page and give me back what I need to work with, and then I'll decide what to do next. And you have this pattern that should reduce things. This is similar, like Playwright CLI is doing some of this, but they're doing it with like snapshots, but it's still like a pretty big DOM page. But I've also seen like there's ways in which I've overrun the context window and like killed my Claude session because I had basically a website that was too big. Like the context was too big because I was actually adding test data. So every time it loaded, it basically got one longer, two longer, and it got to be like 50, like maybe not 50, it was about 30 longer, 30 new items on a page, and then like player MCP just died. So something like this would solve that problem where you're not going to hit those limits. You're going to save some money. Good call out.
Yeah, that one is good. And I have one more. That would be the last one. I read one second to the last one. I read about APIs. Obviously, when I see the word API, I read it immediately. Yeah, that one is a good way to write it if you want to write more automation for APIs. And yeah, so Wendy, right? Name? Yeah. Wendy walks you through how to do that, even like where to put the skills instructions, everything. I usually am fine just with the open spec, like
Yep.
with docs. I just be like, hey, this is what I have for my APIs. Let's make it work, and it works. Usually, not usually, always, and it's pretty decent at writing tests for that. But yeah, so there is I love when you can achieve the same thing in no different ways to get there, and I think this article also is good, to walking through how to
Yeah.
get there.
But I think specifically like this, right? This
Hmm.
approach, if you want to follow this by default, you've got to have access to the code base, right?
Yeah.
And a lot of times as testers, like today, hopefully you do have access to the code base, but hopefully there's tools that are wired up that are going to generate, like you said, an open API spec or a Swagger doc. And once you have that, as long as like the documentation's correct, which you can use AI tools to go check your code base, plus make sure that we're actually generating this appropriately. That would be a fun exercise to do. I'm thinking of like one or two APIs that could have used that in our lives. That being said, like if you have an open API spec, you can do the same thing. It's just
Hmm.
outside in versus inside out, right? We're not
Yeah.
working with the code base, where we're working with the map of what should exist based on the open API spec. So
Yeah. In both cases, as a tester, you first have to make sure that the APIs don't have any bugs, and the URL, spas, parameters, everything what's supposed to be, and it matches AC or whatever. How you go in your organization about testing. And after this, of course, you can implement this. But it was interesting to know that, oh, yeah, because as soon as I read, like, oh, just get the code base, and I was like, oh, yeah, yeah, you can do that. Because in my head, it's always, like open API, and
yeah,
it's right there, all of that in a JSON file, one file with all information there. But it was interesting to see. The only thing I didn't get to read, and I didn't have time, but I was like, oh, I need to read it, is the last one. Stop letting AI write your test cases. You're slowing yourself down. I don't know what's inside of the article.
let's go look at it.
But Jenna, yeah, yeah. So that's the one I should read because I
I mean,
love.
let's go through it here, right?
She
Once you
says
read it
she's
to us,
not
you
anti
get the voice.
AI.
Yeah,
Because you perceive me as a person, and I love to be perceived like that. Honestly, I love to be perceived as I'm an anti AI, even though I'm using it every day nonstop. I always love to be like, nah, not sure, you know. But yeah, so again, I didn't get to read what happens when you add AI, how many test cases, 5,000, scenario one. AI gives you 5 test cases. Great. Now the tester reviews them for accuracy, validates coverage, identifies gaps, writes the missing tests. So we still relied on the tester's experience to make sure that the right things are being tested. Well, yeah, I didn't remove work, it just added a review step before the real work begins. Yeah, I started to get a grasp on this article, what it is about.
yeah.
uh yeah, well, again, I haven't finished it, but I agree with her. When a person says she's not anti-AI, I'm like, yeah,
Yeah, I think
that's
one.
fine.
I mean, one call out: AI is really good at pattern matching. It's not
Yes.
good at understanding. I think that's like the key.
Yeah.
And there's this nice like medium ad right in the middle of the article.
I
This is why I
love
don't
it.
use Medium, folks.
Yeah. But about AI, yeah, I mean, again, I think the theme over every single newsletter you send out, and every time when we talk about this, it's all gonna come to the same conclusion: is that you are responsible. You're the one making decisions. You're the one reviewing it. You're the one pushing it. You're the one committing it. I mean, maybe not pushing it, but to master, yeah, you. or whatever the branch you have main. Uh, but I was genuinely so. I have a statistic class now, and didn't want to use calculator because the numbers were like 27,325, 357,000. You know, like the numbers were huge. So in
Yeah.
calculator, I'll get tired. So on my phone, the quick access button now is Claude. So I
Oh
pulled it.
no.
What?
I know. Don't use Claude for math.
Listen, it was crazy. I couldn't believe it. I could not believe. I was so disappointed. I was extremely disappointed. It all started with I asked at the end, it was 15 numbers I needed to add. So obviously I didn't
Yeah.
want to add it manually. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
So I started like saying the numbers. Even I got tired of saying numbers. And at the end, I was like, "Did you get all the numbers?" Yes. I was like, "How many did you get?" He's like, 16. I had 15. I had 15. I was like, "But I gave you 15." Oh, you're right. Yes, I see. You gave me 15 numbers. And I was like, "Okay, can you please calculate I need a standard deviation calculation?" It's like it's a crazy formula. It's a really really crazy
Yeah.
formula where you give the mean, you subtract, and then you add them, and then you square them, and
Yeah.
divide again, and it did not do a good job at all because I just knew by the number that it was wrong, but then by the number it gave it to me, and I was like, okay, this is another example when you still need this, and I'm happy that we're recording with video so I can point it. You
Yes.
still, if you're listening in the background, I'm pointing both fingers to my head because that's what you need, and not even head. You need your brain. But oh, actually, you need your whole head because you need to look at this. You need to sometimes explain this maybe out loud to this little guy. I know we all keep forgetting about this now, right? Because who needs a debugging duck when you have Claude? Hey,
This is what I use. I use this and I use a mini one.
this is
I've got
next
a micro duck.
level.
Yeah.
Okay. My micro duck is somewhere here too floating. Oh, here we go. That's her. Yeah.
It's a her.
I mean, yeah, she's like tiny. But yeah, so people maybe not be using it this anymore, but you still have to. You still have to, especially if you don't understand something and you talk to Claude. I don't know, turn on the voice mode and start speaking out loud because eventually, I might be hired by your company at your company, and I might be even your manager, and eventually I might come and say, "Oh, that's interesting piece of code. So what does exactly do?" And I will be asking you, not AI. And again, I'm not threatening you,
You're going
but
to be in
just think
trouble.
about how you will feel when you ask about the code you copied and pasted, or maybe you've even like really not copied and pasted, and maybe you retyped it because you were like, "Oh, by typing it, it will stick to my head." I had believed like that. But I'm just saying hypothetical situations. It's nice to know what the output you given. It just it's ethics. I don't even know what it is. What the what the word is for that. But again, to summarize my speech, I really loved how you integrated multipliers into the article. And you
Yeah.
said that AI just multiplies whatever you give, and it's true. But overall,
Yeah.
pretty good articles. Obviously, highly recommended. Not because Butch, put them together and sent it to you, but because, again, maybe your company does not pay you. My company does not pay me to wake up on Monday at 7 a.m. To read those articles before I jump on a call and talk about them for 40 minutes. But that's something what I do because even though I can be perceived as anti-AI, I know that I'm using it whether I want it or not. This is the future. This is what's coming. Maybe it's not going to be as crazy as we think when stocks, plunge 15% on like random news
Yeah.
about design and stuff. No, but it will be norms eventually. So definitely give it a read. And try. For example, I pass, what is it? What was that? The application? Passmark. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really, really, really want to try.
Experiment 20% of the time. I mean, you're not going to use 20% on that
Yeah.
test. That's probably, you can spend an hour and make a ton of progress and even follow like the security check boxes for sure. So,
Yeah.
I'm going to call out two other things before we shut this thing
Of course.
down. One is, and I'll just share these so people can see them. I try to put things that I find the most interesting up at the top, even though there's some like everything is great that's in the article. But this is very time sensitive. So in this, Emily O'Connor, which I realize there's a mistake in my article. I'm gonna go fix that. She posted a list of different events that are coming up, just that are AI related. So if you are looking for areas to connect with people, things to do, things to attend, of course, this is, some of this is online, some of this stuff is in Leeds apparently, which I think is it's over there it's not in the US. I'll just say that.
Oh, I thought this is the one where we have Bucky's in Alabama.
We do have a Bucky's
In
but,
Leeds.
yes, it's not that Leeds. It's
Oh,
not
okay.
that Leeds.
I was like, oh, Bucky's and AI
Yeah.
conference.
Yeah, it's not Leeds in Alabama for sure. But yes, we do have a Birmingham and a Leeds in Alabama, which are both also exist elsewhere.
That's true.
So go check this out, see if there's anything interesting. And then the last one I wanted to call out was this AI testing in the Dora AI capabilities model. So this is Lisa Crispin. She was on the Beyond Quality podcast. Beyond Quality is all about research and like diving into like research with actual like findings. It's like reading papers and trying to understand them and how they apply to quality work. And they discussed these. And one of the things they talked about was the Dora metrics. Are you familiar with those?
No.
Okay. So these are things that I would say drove a lot of my like SRE thinking when I was at Tild. So thinking about like, what is my response time? What is our defect escape ratio? Like there's all these basically suggestions from Dora that say, hey, if you're doing these things, you're going to have a better engineering org. And there was like research and stuff behind it. So they talked about that, but with AI models. But one thing that stood out to me, and I'll just leave us with this, was looking for it. This is it. This was like one of the quotes that I'm like, yes, I totally get it. The hardest mistake to catch is the one that doesn't look like a mistake. So when you're doing code review, when AI has written that beautiful test that matches all the formatting and all the styling that you like with all the right spaces, but the logic's wrong, it's a lot harder to catch those than if you have sloppy code. Because if there's sloppy code, you're looking really hard at the code to make sure it's doing what it says, right?
Yeah.
But things look nice, you get a little lazy, and that just really resonated with me. So.
Yeah. Quick question about Dora. Is it because it's Dora the Explorer?
It's not that.
No. Because
it stands for something. Let's see.
Yeah, it's probably
DevOps,
do
research and assessment, but not
Yeah,
Dora
here we
the
go.
Explorer.
No, because I was like, you said like I do like what she says, like Dora, and I was like, oh, this little girl guide you SRE experience. Okay, let's go. On this note, it's been 45 minutes, so I think we will be respectful of each other's time and the time of our listeners, viewers. You have suggestions to reach out to Butch because don't bother me. I'm gonna take Dora Explorer, go try to write some code, use AI to review that, to write it, to review its own code. Which again, don't forget to do that. Ask AI to review its own code. It's just a fun thing to watch sometimes when
It's even better if it's different models. Yeah.
And in 2 minutes, it's just like, this is wrong. You're like, what just happened? So have fun with this. And this is the key. Have fun with all of those things. Yes. Okay. Uh, bye.
Bye.